Hello everyone and welcome to online class on groundwater, its properties and its characteristics. In this class, we are going to discuss about porosity and permeability, seasonal fluctuations of water table level, and determination of groundwater flow direction. This picture shows three conditions. Condition number one, it is non-porous and it is non-permeable. Whereas in condition two, it is porous as it occupies water in the space between the grain, but they are not connected, so it is impermeable. In condition three, it is porous as it is filled with the water, and it is permeable as the water molecules of this area can easily come to this, get connected to this area, so it is porous as well as it is permeable. So now let us see what is porosity. Porosity is amount of space in between sediment grains, cracks or fractures in the rock. So basically it's talking about the space which may be filled with water or air, or is a mixture of both. So this is all about porosity. And now let us discuss about this question. Like it says, what kind of material has highest porosity? So if you observe properly, you will see that clay has highest porosity, and gravel, okay, it has a lowest porosity. And if you imagine in terms of size, okay, this looks like a grain and this looks like a clay, okay. But when I say that porosity is less, okay, but in visual it may appear that there are bigger spaces, but however in terms of surface area it is less. But in case of clay, because of small particles, the surface area are more, and then as a result the porosity is high in case of clay. Another important characteristic for groundwater flow is permeability. Permeability is defined as the ability to transmit the water. So in first case is a gravel, and you will see that it's easily permeable. When you pour something on the top of gravel, water will easily infiltrate through it, and then in this case specific yield is very high, or we say is a rapid drainage. But in case of fine sand, if you pour water, so it will allow the water but not as fast as gravel, so in this is a moderate drainage. And in case of clay, it will allow, because we have seen that it has porosity but transmissivity is very less, so gradually is very slowly you will send. But whereas in case of solid rock, so it's no drainage, so it doesn't allow water to flow, so it's impervious. So rock may have high porosity, but if the species are not connected or interconnected, the permeability will be low. And now we'll discuss about the aquifer. These are the properties of aquifer. What is aquifer? Aquifer is a materials that can transmit large quantities of water beneath the surface. So in a very simple manner, aquifer is defined as a water bearing rock, or let's say like rock which bears water is defined as an aquifer. So now we'll discuss about changes in water table level. So during the wet season, the water table is high, or we say like a water table is near the surface of groundwater, and as a result, for the surface stream or lake, there is a rise increase in the height of lake level in a dry season. And we have to understand that the top of a lake is also understood as the top of water table, and during dry season water table falls down or it gets deeper. So this is all about the seasonal fluctuations in the water table. And it also says that the water table also often represents the surface topology, but it's often, okay, it doesn't every time represent, but here it looks like uh, it reflects how the surface topology is. But sometimes because of some big impervious rock in Bhutan, okay, it may change the shape of water table. So it's not necessary that water tables should mimic the surface topology. So this is about groundwater flow direction determination. So in this case, if we have wetland and if we can take the height of two spring, then by measuring the height we can say that whether it is flowing in this direction or whether it's flowing in that direction, because the concept behind is we have to know the hydraulic gradient, that water always flow from high, water always try to maintain their height. It flows from h1 to h2, so h1 is high and h2 is low, so water maintains hydraulic gradient. So after knowing this, if we have data from two pockets of area, then whichever has high or whichever has low can easily be understood. Why this is important is like if you want to construct a sewage tank here, if you dig here and then if you take water from here, then the water that goes here will also be added from this water from the sewage will also be added here, and then the water will be contaminated. So upon knowing the direction of water flow, it's important for us to know where to design the sewage tank for all these purposes. Or if we are tracing for the pollution, so in that purpose also we need to know like the flow of groundwater. So with this we come to the end of today's class. So what we have discussed is like we did discuss about porosity and permeability, then we did discuss about seasonal fluctuations of water table level, and then at last we did see how to determine groundwater flow direction. Now I want to keep one question for you, that I want you to explain how porosity and permeability affect storage and movement of groundwater. That's all. Thank you, and I encourage you to share your thoughts, share your ideas, and support each other over next few weeks. Thank you and good luck.